Up in the top left-hand corner, there should be
Yeah.
a little blue
I guess you say, why can you make me feel this way? My girl, talking about my girl, my girl, my girl, talking about my girl, talking about my girl. Got the month of May, my girl. Oh, talking about my girl. I've even got the month of May, my girl. Talking about my girl. Ooh, la, 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 la. What do you reckon? What should it end on? Just a D, I suppose. Just D major. Yeah,
the
D
D major
major.
7's lovely.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, it's
Can I just check any
yes,
levels?
go. Yeah, levels.
Levels. We need to know that you can hear bass, you can hear the vocals, you can hear uke. Now, what can't you hear, Penny?
But Penny, what's your
I can't hear bass very well.
Okay, what are you on? A Mac, aren't you?
Yes.
Right.
gold standard?
Has Penny got headphones plugged in?
No, but I can. I'll
Could you
try that.
for us.
What about others there? How's the sound?
We need to know
The
from
bass.
others. Can you hear everything?
The sound was fine, but the screen kept freezing.
I think that's you.
I think
possibly.
that's you. You were freezing quite a bit as well. I think it's you've just
Yeah,
frozen.
I don't know why. I've got the top of the range. Anyway.
I think the balance is all right. It is a bit quiet for me, but my hearing's not fantastic. So,
Right, okay.
but I think the balance is good.
Great, thanks. Okay. All right. So Penny, let's just play a bit of bass for Penny, John. Yeah, right. I'm great.
Yeah, so it just gets a bit swamped by.
Yeah, there's just awesome. Yeah. Great.
All right. So I remember going to a music camp and okay, we're going to practice the C scale until you get it, or you're going to practice this or that scale. You know, it's very drills. I remember the Americans calling them drills. So, awesome. I didn't last very long in that class. And I think and to Jane's continual frustration, I enjoy rehearsing by performing or by playing a song. And and I'm pretty sure that's how we make a living, because most people are like that. They like to enjoy themselves whilst they're learning. And so it's a little bit of stealth learning. So you could go, okay, we're going to learn the major pentatonic scale over and over again. Or you could go, I could ask you, do you know the pentatonic scale? And you go, no, I'm not quite sure. And then if I go, do you know this? And then people go, I love that song. Oh, it's a great song. I got sunshine. They go straight into it. It just evokes so much memory straight away. So, and that is the major pentatonic scale ascending. So going up, that's all it is. It's pure. And when you're learning, and everybody's all over their skills pretty much. And so when I teach beginners or when I teach stuff like this, I say there's 3 things that you need to learn. And that is getting this finger happening, getting this happening, getting this to play the same as this play the same string, and your ears. And your ears are already taught. So if you go, I know my girl, and I go, that's the pentatonic, then you've already achieved it in your ears. You could sing it straight away. Dum, 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 dum is the major pentatonic scale. But you're only repeating it because you heard it on your local AM radio station for 40 years.
And the reason why pentatonics are so important is because they are the building blocks of music, all music, and if you have something that we're going to describe soon, if you have a diatonic song, that is a song that doesn't go out of key. Just say you've got a song that's in the key of C. To improvise on that song, you can play the C pentatonic to your heart's delight, and you will never hit a bum note. So it's the how do I improvise? You know your scales that are appropriate for the song. Now, a diatonic song, we'll go on to explain what that is, but it's a song that doesn't leave a key, stays in key, a certain key. So that's why we're going to be emphasizing this first lesson is all about the pentatonics and getting those and when to play them. I think we should we just go over the C pentatonic?
Yes. And then did you want to break out during that? Is that what we're doing?
Not yet.
Not yet, but okay. But I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll call it.
So we know most of you, but not all. And so in terms of, now you've got some handouts there. You might want to go to something that says scales for ukuleles. Some of you might, some of you already know this. And you might want to look at the second one down, which is the C major pentatonic. C major pentatonic.
So the only person, how are we with that stuff? Nola and Catherine, how are you guys with that? You can just signal if you like, but
Like this,
you're really
like that,
you're
or
good
like
with
that.
it because you did Sunday classes with John, that which is probably perhaps, yeah. And that we can't resume that on the 27th, by the way, because the power is getting cut off
To the whole bloody
has
street.
has to be October, so
I
it's
know.
been delayed a week. Penny, you're all over it.
So yeah, we're going to just look
Shall
at...
I just go through people? I just
Sure,
want to see.
okay.
Alex, I know you're pretty good with a lot of that stuff. Bev, I know that you're pretty good with a lot of that stuff. Am I right there? Yeah.
You are allowed to say yes, Bev. It's
Yes.
all right. Cherry's got it. Cherry's got
Rob,
it. Rob's got
Rob's got it.
it. Anne's got it. Right, Anne, you're okay with this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only person we don't really know is Hans. Hans
Well,
is the only one, but I suspect he does.
Do you know the pentatonic at all, Hans?
Yeah,
Yeah, good.
good.
And
And
what about
Catherine.
you, Kath McLean? Yeah, you're a bit
good.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's so.
I've been practicing since Saturday.
Rob. So what I want you to do is get familiar with the C major pentatonic. Now remember the tab there. I'm assuming I don't need to explain tab, but I'm happy to. But the tab is telling you your finger number. Now remember on your left hand, we haven't got a 1. That's not. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Your fretting hand. So when it says 2 on the D, it's your rude finger on the D.
Finger to fret rule.
Finger to fret rule, right? Now, admittedly, when I go to play my high C, I use my pinky.
Well, that's wrong.
No,
Oh.
is no.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't do it that way.
You've got the option using your pinky there. Now, there are some of you that know how to do this. So for you, I want you to play your C pentatonic with only playing each string once. And you hammer and pull off up and down to get the other note.
I didn't ask Keith. Keith, are you okay? How are you with this sort of stuff? Yeah, you're okay with it? That Keith, that's a little bit like equivocal, or is it like firm that, or just you're equivocal? Okay, good.
So just have a little noodle now on your pentatonic, C pentatonic. Make sure
And
you've got a major pentatonic.
And we want to be able to see your fingers, please.
We want to see your fingers, Nola.
Jane, can you just re-describe what you wanted us to do with hammering on and hammering off?
Yes, I do. So I want you to play one string, hammer on the next note. Okay, so that's going up and coming down. I want you to pull off the second note. Hammer the second note up, pull off the second note down. That's only if you know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to C pentatonic. Okay, and it needs to be steady. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. You know, it's not, it's steady. So, but I just
Any-
need to
any
see
other
that you've got your
questions?
C pentatonics under your fingers, and we're looking at your fingers. Carol, we can't see your fingers. Can you tilt your camera down? Just tilt your camera down, and you might need to turn the light off. That's over the back of your head, but as long as you've got, maybe not.
I know. I think it'll work with
That
the
could
screen.
work.
The
Could
light from
work.
the screen.
Yeah. So let's see how Anne's going. Okay, and finger to fret rule. Yeah, she's doing good. Now remember, Anne, that pull off is pulling it down to the floor. Yeah, that's nice.
You shouldn't be using your first finger at all. Really?
That's good, Kath.
Oh, that's like
Catherine, I want cleaner notes than that. You're doing it too fast. I want a da, 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 da. This is Catherine Ganley. Sorry.
Yeah.
Kath, you're going to, oh.
Yeah, Catherine, we'll call you Catherine, and Kath McLean, we'll call you Kath. As written.
Yeah, so.
Did you want to say something because you were muted, Kath? Oh,
Which one am I?
you're
You can-
Catherine.
You're
And you can
Kath.
call me Cat.
Cat.
Oh, Cat and
Cat.
Kath. All right, you're on.
Oh, you just changed it,
Great.
right? I thought-
Yeah,
Awesome.
Cat.
Perfect.
So it's Cat and Catherine, yeah?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think that's
okay, we'll try
easier.
for that. Yep.
Yep. Cool. All right, I think we can move on to the next stage with this.
Yeah, let's go to the D.
All
or
right,
not. Or
so-
just do a song in C.
Excuse me.
Oh, yes. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
So
Say,
that's
Yeah, question, Penny.
yes. It's just when people talk really close to the. I've got the headphones in, and it's.
Oh, in this.
no. She's talking about when they talk close to their own microphone. She's got the headphones on and it blows her out.
Yeah. So just
Yeah.
be. If everybody could just talk normally, not loudly into the computer.
In truth, Penny, they are talking normally. That's the problem with Zoom, is the others are amplified outrageously. They are talking normally. Yeah, it's just one of those things that with Zoom we've found over the months what it does. Yeah, I know, it's horrible. It's horrible. And they talk much loud. Higher volume than us. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a song in C. I think we'll start with Four Strong Winds, yeah. And so this has got lots of space for you to noodle around. Now
Noodle means improvise.
yeah, and here are a few rules, okay?
So you're using the C major pentatonic just to do whatever you like. You can, when people start improvising, they'll often go, but
Yeah.
you can use any order of those notes for any length as well.
So here are the rules. So don't noodle over the vocals too much. Noodle around the vocals. Don't do what Mark just did as demonstrated, just play your C scale, that's boring. Play a snippet, something like this. You just play just little bits of it, not outrageously stupid amounts. Don't do too much, do too little in preference. And also, here's one thing that I didn't tell you to do. Always try to have 2 fingers down. So if you've fretted a note, don't take your finger off it unless you want to play the note behind it. Try to get legato line, which is a smooth line. That means you don't take, after I play a D, I don't take it off until I want to play a C note. Let's think, the rules. Yeah, that'll do for now. So we're going to play a song that is in the key of C. After this, we'll discuss what the key of C is. And you are going to noodle or just improvise around on the pentatonic, and you will not hit a bum note. It might not be the most exciting thing you've ever done, but it will sound good and it will fit. You can sing on it. 1, Oh, that's the other rule I forgot. Keep in time with us. Don't go faster or slower than us. Stay in a timely way with us. One.
Oh, and I've got
two.
one other rule.
Oh.
I want at least Bev solo.
Yeah, but not yet. Can we just do the
But
song?
someone maybe Hans, like at some stage we'll play around, and if you can unmute, or Rob or someone who knows what
but
they're
not
doing.
yet. Okay.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
No, but
Alrighty.
we'll do it in this song.
No, we won't.
I'd like to.
Because we're going to do that later in the breakout groups. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and not the chords, Hans. You're improvising. That's great. That's good.
I think I'll go out to Alberta, where there's good there in the fall.
Nola, no chords.
Got some friends that I can go. She's not looking for. Still, I wish you'd change your mind. If I ask you one more time, been through this 100 times before. For strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. If the good times are all gone, then I'm bound for moving on. I look for you if I'm ever back this way. Solo time, is it? Go back to the verse. If I get there before the snow flies, and if things are looking good, you can meet me if I sent you down the fair. But by then it would be winter, not too much for you to do. And those winds sure can blow way out there. For strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. If the good times are all gone, then I'm bound for moving on. I look for you if I'm ever back this way. Should we finish up here? I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way.
Sweet. Cool. Hey, great. Carol, still can't see your fingers if you don't mind. And Nola, Anne, would you mind sitting a bit more square onto us? You tend to give us this view, not that view. You know what I mean? So that's great. So I'm thinking that we go to maybe D scale.
Yes.
And then we're going to do the My Pop Boy Lollipop thing in groups. And we get to hear
Oh,
what
okay.
they're doing.
A little bit of a riffy thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quailer, yeah.
Shall I take this?
Yeah, go D.
Yeah. All right.
And-
So we did the finger to fret rule on the pentatonic scale.
on the C pentatonic.
C
major.
pentatonic. Now we've got D written here. The D major pentatonic scale
It's the next page.
on
of
the
same
next
stuff.
page. Have you all got that?
Carol's. Yep. Thanks, Kat.
So your D major pentatonic scale. Now notice that you've got your that you've got the tab and you've got the music, but there's one extra and you've got the labels on the of the notes D, E, F sharp, A, B, D. But underneath those letters is fingers, and this is the most important thing. Fing. So if you're at home on the second fret with your finger or your first finger, and you stick to the finger to fret rule, it goes 1 3 1 4 1 4. That and that's 1 3 1 4 1 4. That's the finger numbers. Notice that is not the tab. It's not the fret numbers. We're only talking the finger numbers. Does that make sense to everybody? Thanks, Kat. Yeah, Hans? So what does that mean? If we're doing that on the second fret, I won't ask a rhetorical question in this environment.
It's too hard to
If
answer.
we go to the fifth fret, what happens? What are the finger numbers? Kath Ganley. Yeah. Can you tell me? Can I interact with you? Yep.
Yep.
If we go to the fifth fret, what are the finger numbers for the pentatonic that you're doing there?
5.
No, the
Four.
first. No, your first finger goes to the fifth fret, and you're doing those finger numbers. Yeah, but you're doing that pentatonic still. Okay, let's go back down. This is good. Thank you. Go back down and do the D major pentatonic for me. That's it. Yep. Great. Now go to the fifth fret for me.
Yep.
With on the same finger pattern, the same pattern. Play it. You did something quite wrong there. It was interesting. It was modern jazz, but it wasn't right. Do it again. See, great. Okay, let's go back down. I'll go to the second fret. Thank you. That really helps me. I'll do this. So I'm going 1 3 1 4 1 4. When I go, I keep the same finger numbers, and I go up to the fifth fret. I've got to pull my fingers back in closer together because they've got to be the same fret distance apart. But notice that the frets get narrower as you go up the neck. So, Kath, you were stretching too far. Yeah, do you get that now? Could you play it again for me? Could you unmute and I hear it again? And what you want to do is go, is that the My Girl? Is that and if you go like this, is this the My Girl? Is that like that's wrong? You know it's wrong by your ear. So did that make sense? Can you all unmute? Oh no, mute. And can you all do the major pentatonic somewhere on the neck? If you're
Oh, can we
all
just
across
stay
it,
at
do
D?
it.
Just
Stay on
stay
D.
at D.
Stay
Yeah,
at D.
come on.
Okay,
Right.
Cherry, you
Just
need to spin
stay
a
in
bit.
D. Yeah, if we, just
Yep.
everybody have a noodle on the D major pentatonic. We're going to look at your fingers. So Hans, we need you to come back to the second fret for your D pentatonic. Everybody's in
You
D.
too, Kat. You know, got to obey a Jane. Sorry. Back to the second
back
fret,
to
Kat.
the second fret. He keeps jumping ahead too much.
I think
Second
people were
fret.
with it. Good. No, Anne, where's your little finger?
Make sure you
Engage your. Yeah, oh, it's on your hand. Excellent. I wouldn't have known. Make sure you're using it. And good. You're not stretching too far.
What's Alex doing? He's just playing around up somewhere.
Oh, is he on a
And Bev is
baritone
up-
or?
No, he's on a. Can we
Yeah,
just?
they're playing around
I know. Could people just do the D pentatonic for us?
just so we can watch.
Yeah, just because. Yeah, you too, Bev. Can you just do the D pentatonic? D for dog.
Sorry, I started that.
D pentatonic, Bev.
Yeah, got to take. Make sure you leave your first finger on the second fret. Do not move it out of position. Is that okay for you, Bev, or is that a bit tough? It's not. Okay, I understand that. Your fingers are a bit wonky.
Okay, good. Keith, you're fast, but I can see that you're not. Just be careful that you've got to leave your fingers down, particularly on a closed scale like this. Keep the first finger down on this. You know, keep everything down until you need to move. John, come take a look at folk. Our Hawkeye John, watch out, everybody. Here he comes.
It's a new name.
I like it. Come on, Bev, don't stop playing. You're not looking at John, he's looking at you. Just so that he can see what we can see. So we want your knuckles square to the neck.
Parallel with your frets, really.
Yeah, exactly. That's looking a bit better.
Might have to take a hammer to your fingers, Bev, just to straighten them out a bit. Doing well, Bev.
Okay, so shall we go to a song in D now?
Look, can we just move? Can we? I'll proceed.
Okay,
I'll proceed
now
with that
you'll,
logic.
You'll go with that.
John,
Okay.
John,
Yeah,
John will
that's fine.
retire gracefully. So that's D, right?
Sorry, I didn't
And
do it
it's
justice.
D because you start on the second fret, right? That's D major pentatonic. If you go to the third fret, it's D sharp. Still the same pattern, the same finger pattern. From here, guitarists call it the box, I think. So that's E major pentatonic. When you're on the fifth, it's the F major pentatonic. Now, why we teach my girl is we go, I got sunshine, because the riff is in my girl is the major pentatonic, but what it does is it changes with the chords. So it goes, I got sunshine, and then it flips up to the fifth fret on a cloud. And then it changes key for the second half of the song. So what it gives you is just practice in learning that pattern. And the pattern is 1 3 1 4 1 4. 1 3 1 4 1 4. The finger pattern is no matter where you are on the neck, except open, where it's 0 2 0 3 0 3.
Mark,
Yeah.
do you follow the chords or do you follow the key?
Okay, this is the exception with my girl. This, instead of, it's no longer the major pentatonic scale. It's a riff. And the riff follows the chords in this song. But when you were soloing before on 4 strong winds, it was all in the same family. So all you had to do was play C major pentatonic.
So
Is that the
today,
question you're asking,
you are
Alex?
following the key. You are following the key, Alex. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Except
Later,
in this song.
week 4. Yeah, no. Week 4, you have to follow the. You have to change that pattern. But for week 1, 2, 3 of this course, we will be following the key. Great question, by the way, Alex. I've always been trying to work out how to say that. Do you follow the chords or follow the key? Later, you will follow the chords.
Are we going to do Myla Girl again so people can practice that?
So
No.
in my girl, in the chorus, the second chorus, we changed in D, so we should have played the D.
Yes.
there.
You play D and you play G. So you play the second
Well,
fret.
actually, but in the chorus, you just play the D. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh,
The second chorus.
Yeah, the second chorus, it changes the D, so you go to a D. So is that all right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to play 4 strong winds in D. And you're just going to use the D pentatonic, just like you use the C pentatonic.
we use My Girl to teach the concept of the major pentatonic scale and the fingering in different keys. I
Sorry.
guess you're feeling that we don't need to do that.
No,
We
no,
don't
no.
need to consolidate the fingering, or we consolidate the
that-
fingering.
Can we just
Yep.
stick to the class plan? Yeah, like, well, okay, because I think it's a bit
No,
tough
that's
for
okay.
people to move between those, to follow the chords, and it's actually not what we use My Girl to teach their ears, not teach their fingers.
Yes.
You
Okay.
know?
All right.
And yeah, so we're going to go back to Four Strong Winds, but this time it's going to be in the key of D. It's not going to be in the C. We are going to be playing a D, E minor, A7, D, D, E minor, A7. You're going to be improvising in D, so you're going to be up on the 2nd fret. Carol, if there's any way we could see your fingers, that would be really good. We can't teach you when we can't see your fingers. We can't see your fingers when you play. You put your uke right down. So either keep it up or move your camera, okay? Because when you play, you drop your head. Yeah, not your physical head, your uke head. So we just need to see your uke a bit better if possible. Okay, so Four Strong Winds in D for dog. Ready? 1, 2.
I might have a bit of a
1,
solo,
2,
like just to
3,
demonstrate.
and. That's better, Carol. Think I'll go out to Alberta. Weather's good there in the fall. Got some friends that I could go working for. Still, I wish you'd change your mind if I ask you one more time. But we've been through this 100 times or more. Four strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high. All those things that don't change, come what may. If the good times are all gone, then I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. Let's give you an instrumental. If I get there before the snow flies, and if things are looking cool, you could meet me if I sent you down the fair. But by then it would be winter, not too much for you to do. And those winds sure can blow way out there. For strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high. All those things that don't change, come what may. If the good times are all gone, then I'm out for moving on. I'll look for you if I dream you ever back this way. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. Okay, I've got a few comments just to say that Keith, Alex, Penny, and Rob are playing possibly too fast for the song. You're being very active, and this is a very laid back song.
I had trouble then, Jane, because you've downloaded. I've got the in C. You played in D, so I had to transpose it in my head.
But you
No,
don't
no, no.
need to.
You're not playing
You
the
don't need
chords,
to.
Alex. We just asked you to play the. We just asked you to solo in D using the D
E
major.
over the C key.
No,
No, we were
no.
playing in D. All you have to do is just play
Sorry.
the D major pentatonic.
Yeah, I was looking at the Four Strong Winds that I've got downloaded in C, and I thought, oh shit, I've got to. I went running looking for my capo, and then
No.
and then I transposed in my head, and I forgot what F7 was.
I'm sorry. That's a
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
communication problem.
So,
Did anybody else have that
Can I
problem?
just finish? Can I just finish? Kat and Carol, I still can't see your hands. I still can't see anything. Carol, like I said, you drop your head as soon as you start playing. Same with you, Kat. You both do it. So you're going to either have to lower you basically do this when you play. I don't mind you doing that, but be aware I can't give you any feedback because I can't see what you're doing. Okay. Now,
I'm still having trouble with the screen. It's
just
pixelating, and all of a sudden it sounds as though Mark's going fast. So yeah, so what? In the break, I'll get onto another computer and I'll get a stool, so I'll be sitting right, and hopefully
we actually don't have a break in this group.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Next week.
Yeah.
I'll have to borrow Bryn's computer because for some reason I'm having problems with this.
Good-o. Okay. Now, can I ask back from you, any comments from you about that and what troubles or no issues you had with that?
Or how you went with it? Kat, you're unmuted.
Yeah, I went well with it. I felt playful and and could move with it. What I found, what I think is, I'd like to know how I'm like what the proper way to hold my hand is when plucking, because I feel like it sort of bends and like it doesn't feel right placement.
Good. Sorry, I just remembered something. I think it's your Hans. Would you mind? I know you've got really large hands, but would you still use your pinky?
Was Hans not using?
Yeah, Hans is not using his pinky yet. Just humour me. Use your pinky more than you're comfortable with. Even though you've got big hands and you can cover a lot of work, a lot of things. Everybody, just make sure you don't disregard your pinky. Now,
so picking.
Yes.
Kat,
now,
at the moment, at this stage, we're just using our thumb.
Yeah, but I want you to. Your elbow is tucked under your ukulele. You are plucking right where the body meets the neck. This is a sweet spot on a uke. It's not like a guitar, Hans. It's up here, you play it, and you strum it up there. Right? So for you, Hans, you can come even further up on your uke. For a lot of, like Mark said, you use I use my thumb quite a bit until. For plucking out melody until I need to go faster, and I might use the 1 and 2, but you can use any of these 3 that you feel comfortable with. You're talking about right hand, but I will say with left hand, make sure your knuckles are reasonably parallel with the neck and your thumb is behind the action, so usually your thumb's behind the first. Have you got anything to add to that, John, about placement, about stuff, about right hand, left hand action?
I think in general the most important thing is to make sure you're comfortable. Like if obviously there's a few set ways for you to do it, but if that doesn't work for your body, then it's important to find something that isn't hurting. If you're finding you're stretching, then something's going wrong, because you want to be as comfortable as you can, so you don't have to worry about that while you're playing.
Any other comments or questions? We're going to do a breakout group soon, aren't we, Jane?
Yeah, and then I think we should come back to diatonic.
Okay, to context.
So you start up the Koala thing. Huh?
Well, I'm just asking if there's any more questions at all. Is it all clear as? Yep. Hans, you're okay? Good. Speak no or forever hold your peace. Do you want to do that? Okay. What we're going to do now is introduce the idea of silence from John is a good idea. John just is eternally playing in the background. So I said that often what people get stuck on is, and on just doing the pentatonic scale as the improvisation, but you're really only learning the ingredients, whereas you're not really making a recipe. And John, could you get on? Do you know how to get online as well for this? Or?
Oh yeah, like
oh, because we'll do a breakout group now. Or have you got much power?
I've got enough.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, we want to make up a recipe of soloing. So we're going to introduce the idea of a little bit more of feel, but a little bit of I know Jane was also having a bit of a critique of some people here who are going, you're just going too fast, doing too much. And there's this really lovely, and some of you will have done this already, there's this really lovely music that came out of the South African township music called Kwela, Kwela. And it's all done on cheap instruments. It's Soweto, it's African township street music on cheap instruments. Ukuleles,
Tin whistles.
tin whistles really quite often. And it's about having a little snippet, like you grab a little snippet of music and then you keep repeating it. You make it up, and you make it up using, well, in this instance, we're going to use it from the major pentatonic scale. So let's
give him a demo.
We'll give you a demo of that.
Okay.
And what's going to happen is we're going to break out into 3 different rooms. So Jane, John, and I will go off, and we can do it in whatever key we want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's only going to be a 3-chord wonder song, and you're going to make stuff up, and you'll be able to unmute a bit, and we'll be able to hear you back a little bit as well.
And so what Mark's going to do is he's going to choose maybe 4 notes, 5 notes, and he's going to just make a little snippet of melody out of the C pentatonic, yeah? And then he's going to use that over my chords and it's not just the timing, it's the tempo. So when he brings it in and in time with my playing.
You're gonna play, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm doing the chords.
Yep,
You're
right.
doing the
So
melodic.
I'm gonna stick
snippets.
down here just using the major pentatonic notes.
Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
That's when I'll stick it with that one. I'll do it again. I've decided on this one. I changed it a little bit.
He's showing off now.
Could you hear that? Could you hear, like, that's complementary. It's got the feel. So what you can actually do is if you get a whole bunch of instruments and you go, so for it, when we break out, we won't be able to do it on Zoom really, but we'll be able to hear some things. So we could go Rob, Cherry, and Penny make up. Rob plays first, Rob makes something up, and then Cherry goes, oh, I'll play something complementary to that.
Yeah, but we're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're not doing
Oh, we're
that.
not doing
No. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to play the chords for you, and you're going to have a turn each at doing a little piece. We're not going to have all 4 mics open because it'll kill everything.
Oh, yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
No, of course. But that's what would happen in a
yes,
a
if we had a
situation.
yeah, true.
And
so, yeah.
if
Johnny,
there was
you
such
in?
a thing as street music in Victoria, we'd be doing it.
I just need the.
Oh.
Oh yes, the
You got the number, John? You want?
Just going to get John in.
It's 815 0455 9312. Call that number for a good time, John.
Okay, so
Learning improv, that is a good time.
so John is in the middle room as usual. John, yeah, and he just hasn't come. Here he is. Here
Good.
he is.
And
Right.
John.
Great.
Beautiful.
So we're going to break out into our groups, and we're going to do that as an exercise. So we'll just play the chords.
Oh, you've
for
got your
them.
phone going or not?
Yeah, I've already got it going. So we'll just play the chords for them.
So yeah, just join your
But
group.
let them do a minute of making something up where they're all muted, and then we'll listen to what they're doing.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, give them a minute of just being the background for them, and
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll go to our room.
Okay. Cool. Some people have not left. I'm supposed to have Anne, Carol, Cherry, and Penny. And oh, good. Oh, good. And Jane's got to leave too. Good. All right, you can all unmute. Just because I like to just catch up on. Carol, are you joining, or you can stay here, whatever you want to do?
I thought I was staying.
Oh, did I say your name? Good.
Yep, you did.
Oh, great. Awesome. Yes, I did. You're right. How's it going? You coping?
Yeah.
I'm having a bit of trouble, as I say, with my screen and sort of the delay in the sound. So once that goes, it'll be a bit better.
If you could plug into the internet, like other than Wi-Fi, it might be a Wi-Fi issue in your house. You might be a bit far from the router.
It shouldn't be because of work. I got the best package available.
Right.
You know,
okay.
I don't know what it is with
All
this.
Right. Okay. Penny, what were you going to say? Were you going to say something?
No, it's all good.
It's just about the learning stuff. Cherry, you doing okay?
I'm very slow. I'm always a tortoise.
Yeah, but you're understanding everything's, within the realms of understanding for you?
Oh, yeah, just when we get into keys. So you and Jane were going to play the chords, but we're going to do the scale of the tab.
Yes. No, yep. I'll go over that. That gives me a pointer. And Anne, what about you?
I'm okay.
You're okay? Cool. Okay, so we're going to do this in the key of D. I'm going to do 3 different chords, but you are only playing in D. You are only doing the D major pentatonic. So Cherry, you understand that on the 2nd fret?
Yeah, that's the tablature, 2 4 2 5 2
Yes,
5.
but what I want you to understand is that you should know the fingers. What are the finger numbers for that tab?
1 3 1 4 1 4.
And I want you to remember that, because then we can move right up the neck and it's still the same fingers. So if you guys can all mute, please, and I'll play, and I'll get you guys just to play along. And I said D, didn't I? Good. Okay. We're going to do that song that we just did. So just make up a snippet. Just play along at the moment and just... Okay, and I'm going to stop there. Can I hear Anne? Can you just play? Did you all come up with something that you were repeating and going, oh yeah, that sounds all right? Yeah, Cherry? Penny, not yet? No, that's okay. Do we need, Anne, did you come up with something that you felt okay about?
I came up with something, whether or not I feel okay about it. But
Okay, let's hear what you did.
whatever.
Okay, so what I would recommend is that you just do the first bit of what you did. So, like something, so just do the first bit, the first phrases that you did. Way you go, do it again. you're going too far. Just use the first 5 or 6 notes that you use. Do it again.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Thank you. Sorry, Jane's just.
Can you look at my phone and see if I've
You're in there.
if I can turn on original sound? They're saying I'm off.
Sorry, can you do that again? I had to go and help Jane for a sec. Sorry, Anne, where you go? That's enough. Good. So that is enough. This is for everybody. That is enough because what you need to start to do is feel those notes a bit more. Can you tell me the finger numbers?
1, 3.
Yeah.
And then 1, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Okay. Let me have a go at it. No. No. I mean so what I want you to do is take a bit more time and when you get to practice and play, you get more accurate and when you get more accurate, you get a better tone out of your strings. And Jane often will talk about legato. So what I think might happen for you is you're probably going a bit like this. So see how I took my first finger off?
Yeah.
I don't want you to do that. Because if you leave the finger on behind, it doesn't matter if you put your finger in front, but what it does do is it allows the note to sustain as long as you want it to until you've hit the next note. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So it's an important part of giving yourself a bit more feel, and that's important down the track. So Anne, I'll move on. Thank you. Pen, have you had a bit of a, yeah, okay, Pen, do you want to go?
Okay.
No, that's not appropriate.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so keep repeating it. And that's all. I'm not sure that you've got original sound turned on, Penny.
Oh.
It's not on the computer. It's not on the ukulele. You were looking at ukulele. It's a setting on there that top left hand corner. It might be.
Turn on original sound.
Oh, and I haven't had mine on either.
No.
So.
Okay, it's on.
Yeah. Now play it again and see if that makes a difference for us.
Okay.
Yes, that's much better. Now, can you hear? So you turn off again. Unmute yourself. Mute yourself.
Yeah.
And now I want you to play it again, and I'm going to play the chords. Okay. The other people won't hear it, but you'll hear that will repeat over the whole chord phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Could you hear that sort of fitting? Because you'd already imagined it. So which is a very important element. Do you want to unmute, Pen? So yeah. It's an important, I remember years and years ago, decades ago, somebody said, we've reached musical enlightenment and we can imagine something and we can play it on our instrument. And so your imagination, you want it to come out, and that might be a spontaneous thing, or, I mean, you've written songs, it might be a song that you write down, but I actually quite like the tone that that you've got there too, but obviously you can build on it. Is that okay?
Yep.
Great, thank you. All right, Cherry, You got something there?
Well, something very simple.
Yes, please.
I don't think you should right finger there.
Yeah, no, you didn't use the right thing. I saw that. Good. I like the sound. Is it? Something like that, wasn't it?
Something like that. Oh.
In a live situation, we'd get someone to set it up, and then we'd just keep adding on to it, and we'd get someone to sit down with you and to learn a bit you've made. Yeah, I like that. I like the simplicity of it, and your tone is pretty good too. Can you do it again for me? Okay. I think it was different when you first started. Yeah, good. That's great. That's good. And you might want to look for the original sound setting as well on the top.
Is
Top
that in
left-hand corner.
on the left-hand corner?
Top
It's
left-hand
green.
corner.
Oh,
It's- Yeah, it's green. No, it's mine's
you are
blue.
using enhanced encryption.
Oh, no, not that. Not right in the top left-hand corner. If you put your thing up, it says turn on or turn off original sound, but it depends if you set it up at the beginning.
Okay.
All right, but I'll leave that with you. Carol, what have you got? Do you want to unmute?
Okay.
Thank you.
Whoops, sorry, I went to the wrong one then. The wrong thing.
Okay, I think I haven't heard anything that sticks in my head yet.
Neither have I.
So just stop now. That's the objective. If you could do 3 notes that stick in your head, then repeat them. Just go. I think I like this stuff because I'm a trumpet player, and so I do these lines all the time. Okay, cool. So you've got to, yes, you need to work on that a bit more, Carol.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and it's really about doing less.
Yep.
You're doing Saturday mornings, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, we might try and do some on Saturday mornings. I think we might.
That'd be good.
I'll try and do a bit of Quailer on Saturday morning.
Okay.
Okay. I think I will ask people to come back. Yeah, I need to do that. That's good. You got any questions whilst people are coming back at all? Anybody? It's making sense. That's like starting to give you a sense of feel, and you do not need to be a speed freak. You do not need to be, virtuosic about it. It's just about, it's about finding something that sounds good.
Hello.
How'd you go, John?
Good, I think.
Yeah?
I think I had a few people who weren't very sure about like they didn't quite have a strong.
Do you want to talk on mic?
Oh, of course. I had a few people who didn't quite have a strong repeating pattern.
Yes.
But they did good solos.
Righto. Okay.
But yeah, so I mainly talked about the idea of having a repeating motif that you can use to make a solo sound nice.
Yeah, and it's something that sticks in your head.
Exactly, something to create a sense of familiarity and unity within the piece.
And
that's my
I said
music essay talk.
Did you get enough time?
Yeah, that was good. That was perfect, Mel.
We should do Quayla on
Thursday night.
on Thursday night. So
Do it on
Jane
Saturday too.
Jane couldn't find her original sound,
Oh, I'm such a deal.
and if you
I think I'd do this often enough, wouldn't you?
and I had to ask a few people as well. And on a PC, it's up in the top left-hand corner. There's a whole series of buttons come up, and it hopefully would say turn on or turn off original sound. And on a phone, is the bottom right-hand corner. There was some more buttons, and the cat needs feeding. All right. So that was a little bit of an introduction to getting you to have some feel and to start to. You've got the tool. You've got a tool there. That's where I'm going. You've got that tool of the major pentatonic scale. We're not going to stay there for the whole 4 weeks. But that's your first tool. But you want to know when to use that tool. And so now I want you to look at the circle of fifths, please, which looks like that. Hans, have you ever done anything on the circle of fifths at all? No? Good? Okay. Just waiting to see that everybody's eyes are behaving in the right way. So, Bev, you'd be all over this. You understand this very well, do you? Give me some hand signals, Bev.
I love the circle of fifths.
That's because you are a pianist.
No,
Is
I'm
that
not.
right?
But I just think it's so ordered and so beautiful. It makes sort of sense.
Good. And there's something I shared on the with Leonard Bernstein describing it today. It was, and I came out to Jane. It was a little video that I put on the Newcastle Orchestra discussion group, and I came out to Jane and said, "This is amazing," and she went, "Duh, that's what it's about." And so, the circle of fifths. I like to think of it as a pie. So if we look at the C, is everybody looking at the C bit of the pie? And then you could possibly eat the bits of the pie to the right and to the left, and then you'd be really full, right? But is that metaphor working for you?
I need to see where it goes.
No, because I think you could get indigestion. If you go to another piece of pie, then you will get indigestion. But see where the C is? On the anti-clockwise side, it's an F, and on the clockwise side, it's a G. They're all related. We all know that song. We all know that song. We all know that in our songs. How many songs do we play? We play in C because it's a ukulele and it's the easiest chords. And how many songs, when we play a song in C, how many songs have F and G in them as well? Is anybody going to challenge me on that claim? No. If you have a look on that, the big C, so the way the information that's on here, up above the big C letter is the number of sharps and flats in notation. So there's none in C. If you go down the bottom to F sharp, it could be either 6 flats or 6 sharps if you go right down to the bottom. But let's go back up to the C. The 3 notes that are in the C chord are C, E, and G. It says it just straight above it. And it's got the 5th going that way and the 4th going that way. So if we want to go up by a 5th, we go from C to G. And that's called the dominant. I'm right with that, aren't I? Yes. The G is the dominant, and dominant pretty much says, let's go home, back to C. There's a great guy in the States called Jim DeVille, and he calls it home, sunshine, tension. Look, please, get me back home. So he calls it home, and he calls the 4th sunshine. And then he calls the 5th tension. And then you're back home again. So those 3 bits of the pie are related. Your C, your F, and your G. But There's something else there. And you've got the relative minors. How many songs are we going C, A minor, C, A minor, right? You can see that in the middle of the C bit of the pie. Can everybody see that A minor there? Yeah? Looking at trying to just glance around. And in the middle, what's the relative minor of G? Somebody.
E minor.
Thank you very much, Penny. What? Okay, Penny, since you're so clever, what's the relative minor of B? Quick, who's reaching the buzzer first?
A flat minor.
Well done, Penny. Now, can you play it for me? This is, A flat minor. It's this one. Yeah.
Please keep going, Mark, because I think we need to leave time for John to explain this stuff too.
Okay, so if you are in a certain key, if you're in E flat, can you see what the related chords would be? E flat is around on the left hand side. It's at 9 o'clock. So can everybody see that B flat would be related and A flat, but also you'd get an F minor, a C minor and a G minor. So they're all related chords. And this is what's called diatonic. So a song that has all of those chords in it, well, or only sticks within those chords, is called a diatonic song. Stays in key. So let me just go through those. Here's a C. I'm going to stick in the key of C. And then I'm going to go up a step to a D minor. And then I'm going to go to, what's after a D? An E minor. Then I'm going to go to an F, because it's next up in the alphabet. Does it all sound quite nice at the moment? Next one after F is a G. Uh-oh, we're going to get a bit stuck here. A minor. And then is it a B diminished? Half diminished. And then a C.
Which is just like a G7 in the wrong.
And let me do this with you. Can you use your fingers, please?
Yeah, it is.
So, C,
No, it's not.
C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We just went through all of those. And so C is your 1, and then we went D minor, E minor. F is your 4, and G is your 5, and A is your 6. So often we'll say, let's do a 1, 6, 4, 5 in C. And that means we're playing C, A minor, F, G. It means we're playing Blue Moon. It means we're playing Run Around Sue. It means a billion songs. Or we might invert it. We might go, let's play a 1, 5, 6, 4. And that might be, what's that song by Jason Mraz? I want is a I'm yours.
His only song.
Does
Does he have other songs?
Oh, he has. That was a nice album, that album. Any
I
questions?
wouldn't know.
Any questions about that stuff? I know
Mark.
one. Rob.
So you talk about diatonic. So we're looking at your C quadrant, but you're saying it's everything that fits within the C, F, and G quadrant?
That's right.
Okay.
Yep. And like it's got 7s there, but don't worry about that. We know they fit. The main things are the C, F, and G and their relative minors. That means D minor, A minor, E minor. But one thing I haven't said is that this is the context of what you can solo over. So if we're in this key of C and we stay in the key of C, we stay diatonic C, that means you can do a C major pentatonic and not move off it, and you'll be as safe as houses. Does that make sense?
Ah.
Thank you, Penny. That's good.
That's a nice
Yes. So you've got the tool, you've got the context. Anne, were you going to say something? No? Nope. Any other comments, questions? Yeah, Keith, your finger's up.
So you can't play a C major pentatonic in G. Wouldn't sound right.
What are the chords in the key of G?
G, B, D.
No, they're the notes in the chord.
Okay, so all right, so E minor,
Yes.
G major, G7. Fifth is D.
Yes.
Fourth is C.
Okay, so it's not the four. We call them actually the 4 or the 5. There's a slight little. We don't go fifth because fifth means the harmony, but
Okay,
we call
so
it the
look.
5. We call it the 5 as C or the 5, and they're signified in Roman numerals usually. So let's stick with that, Keith. Let's go into the key of G.
Yep.
What would you like to make work? Okay.
Quick question, if I may.
Yeah, sorry, go Hans.
Quick question. What happens when the song goes to the second? Like, for instance, there's a heap of songs, say
5'2".
Yeah, I was more thinking of what good looking. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up?
Okay.
And it goes.
You've skipped ahead 3 weeks, Hans.
All right, I'll skip back again then.
Your box chocolate. So they're called secondary dominants. I think that's what you're talking about, and we will address that, but not today. Yeah, Penny?
So a diatonic is 3 slices of the pie, and the middle one is
tonic.
The tonic.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But I still haven't answered my own question to Keith. I haven't had an answer. If we're in Keith's key of G and we're doing a major pentatonic scale, what are we going to do? What major pentatonic scale are we going to do? It's a dumb question because it's a dumb answer.
G major.
G major pentatonic. Where is the G major pentatonic scale?
Well, it starts on Ah. Yeah.
7th fret.
Yes, that was right. Thank you. The 7th fret. Is that what you're going to say, Penny? Okay, shall we do this? Shall we do a G in, are we okay? 7th fret, major pentatonic scale. What are the finger numbers? 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4.
What are we doing?
Something we'll sing out chords.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're just playing in G.
We'll just play G and we'll do it
Right,
quickly.
okay. 1, 6, 4, 5, hey?
Oh, yeah, maybe? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
1,
2 bars of each. 1, 6, 4, 5. 1, 2,
3,
4.
Just. You don't need to look for anything, Alex. You just need to play the major pentatonic scale on the 7th fret. You don't need to look for anything, Cherry. You just need to look for your fingers on the 7th fret major pentatonic. I'm going to do it, okay? So I'm on the 7th fret. Well, I made a mistake. So what were we communicating there, Cherry and Alex? You don't need to look at music when that's happening. If somebody says, this is going to be diatonic in E flat, just put your fingers on the 3rd fret. You start on the 3rd fret and you do 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4. And then you're safe. Is that okay, Alex?
Yes, but you gave me another pentatonic on the starting on the G, and I'm looking for that where I put that. Yeah, that.
But Alex, the point is that it's just that you just got to remember the finger numbers 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4.
I know those, but there's another one I want to learn as well.
You need to know where to start, and so that means this pattern you just start on where we.
Ha! Here it is.
So just on that, where to start?
Yeah, that's
so.
Yes, can I jump in?
Yeah.
So here, this sheet, you've got this sheet, and it has all the notes ever on the ukulele. Okay. And where your finger, with the pattern that we've given you, what is it? 1 4
1 3 1 4 1 4.
1 3 1 4 1 4. Right. Sometimes I do it. I don't know it. Wherever you start is your root, is the key.
On the C string.
On the C string.
Right.
So
C string.
Yes, the C string is where the roots are of the scale.
Let's do it starting on the
Because
first.
the C string's the lowest string on the uke.
Well, unless
Got it.
So let's start on the first fret of the C string, 1 3 1 4 1 4. Look at the notes on the strings, and what is that note you're starting on? And so therefore, what is the key that you're in? Alex?
Yeah, C.
No, first fret.
Oh, first fret, that'd be C sharp then.
Right on. Second fret, we've already done that.
D.
D, exactly, all the way up. So you have to go all the way up to the 7th fret for a G.
I was looking for that sheet so I could start.
Just going to go there. That's right. Now, I've also given you another sheet, and this is mostly useful for low G people because it gives you a way of finding a root, like finding your root note on a low G instrument. And it also describes diatonic, but I don't really like how it describes diatonic. It's a bit ordinary, and it's actually wrong. B minor 7 flat 5. But I wouldn't get too caught up in that. I don't even use that pattern. I just use the pattern I've shown you. And if you're on a low G, whatever you're playing on the C string is what you can play on the low G. So, but you can use this one if you want for the low G. I think you're a low G player, Alex, so you're quite all right to use the right-hand side for a low G.
Yeah, I've got a high and low, both strings.
Yeah,
And
but
you're
with
also a baritone player,
no,
Alex.
but he's not. He's
I'm
on
not playing the Barry at the moment.
but actually, with an 8-string, I play an 8-string, and you should really pretend. You should really pretend that you're a low G-er because the low G is much louder than the high G.
Okay.
Yeah.
I play the pentatonic on the guitar, and the G on the guitar is, the G pentatonic's easy as well, and so that's what I got confused.
Yeah, well, the guitar, the home key of a guitar is E. It's in E.
But the chord shapes are like G is a really good pentatonic.
Yeah.
I got confused. I flip between the two and get lost.
That's right. You get guitar brain or you get ukulele brain on the wrong. Okay.
Now you've got
you've
got homework to do, folks.
That's right.
And so you've got homework. Now what's going to happen is you're going to improvise on a diatonic song for us, and you're going to upload it to Facebook. You're going to take a video of yourself. Doesn't have to be great quality. Can be with a phone, and you upload it to the Facebook group that hopefully nearly all of you are members of.
There's some people that haven't got on yet. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not on Facebook, let us know because we can get you. You can email us or message us your recording.
Don't message. That's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, email's better actually. Yeah, it's a pain. Hans, you're on Facebook?
Yeah, I think.
Fantastic, great. Hans is in. Yeah. So
Yeah, I joined. Yeah.
Yeah, you did too. Sorry, I'm forgetting.
What you do, what people did last time, because we can't actually play. You can't play along with us because of latency. Catherine and Nola, you could do it live. One could play the chords and one could play the.
Can I do that? Can I show them where to go on the web page?
I'll have to come to Newcastle.
Oh no, let's.
Okay. So what happens is on the web page is you have a link. it says practice resources here.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay, yes.
that's what I was going to show them.
Mhm.
It's a link to a place where we have lots of, well, some recordings as well as online resources, links to online resources, and that you can find songs to play along to. Now, if you can't find it, it is on your webpage. It says.
Have you got it there, Rob? Can you please show us on your, can you please share your screen and show us? Because I haven't got the page up here on my, you're muted,
The
Rob.
host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not very nice of us, is it?
Oh, I thought it was pretty rude, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's called, everybody, it's called Online Practice Resources.
Try that, Rob. Does that help you? Made you a co-host. Do you get permission? Oh, here we go. Great. Thanks, Rob.
Is that what you're looking at?
Is that it, Jane? This it?
Yeah, that's
Resources?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you've got website to help you with scales and modes. You've got Nick Niblo, who is a dude that's got some backing tracks for you, and we've got some backing tracks for you.
Oh, that's right.
Diatonic ones that Elliot, Mark, and I made ages ago, that you can therefore noodle around on.
I'm sorry, and there's probably some
There's a really
a
annoying
bit of idiocy going on there as well.
boys.
But
There's
you,
different feel. You can choose. So you need to send us a video of you, and please make sure you get both hands in the video. You don't sing, you're just improvising to a song. Okay, that's all you're doing. It can just be 1 minute, that'll be fine. It doesn't have to be 3 minutes, God help us. 3
Yeah,
minutes is
don't
too
do
long.
don't
Don't
do
do
too much.
anything longer than 2 minutes, because it's just, you know, you just don't need to.
yeah, so only do the stuff at the beginning at the moment, the diatonic stuff.
Don't go down to the bottom of the page, okay? Because as we go, we get more complex.
Yeah.
And we don't want you to jump there.
It says week 3 there, so go back up, Rob, please.
And just to answer, was it Hans's question? We do in the last week or second last week talk about songs that have got chords from other
There's
keys.
your major pentatonics, a doo-wop song. So you've got different songs. If you want to use something else, or
Yeah,
you know,
if you find something better, that's totally fine.
we're not in lockdown anymore. You could get somebody to come and
Or you
play
might
for
get
you.
somebody come around and play.
But you just got to record it on your phone, sort of stuff. Is the easiest way.
Play with you if you want. You know, whatever works for you.
Any questions? Thanks, Rob. If you could.
Fantastic, Rob. Great.
Any questions about that sort of stuff?
Yeah, me. Did you say pentatonic for the homework or
Major pentatonic. So
Yes.
next week we're going to minor pentatonic.
Well, actually, we're going to blues next week.
Yeah, so it's major pentatonic.
Major pentatonic. Please make sure it's a diatonic song, okay? So we've told you how to spot a diatonic song. You've got examples there to use. So don't go to any jazz songs. Don't go to any blues. No blues, no jazz. Those are not diatonic.
No, hey, good looking.
Yeah?
Now, does Zoom record the what I would do for a solo?
I'd just use the video on your phone personally, or on your
Oh,
tablet.
okay.
But
Yeah,
it
don't use
does. If you, it does. Yeah, but all you have to do is just set up your own Zoom meeting and
that's free.
and record it. And then because there's a little button which says record down the bottom there, record it, and then when you leave that meeting, it will go into MP4. It's just not the most efficient way of your time.
No.
Yeah, it's a bit too painful. Just use
Okay.
your phone or a tablet. Yeah.
Okay,
Or
all right.
your computer.
Yeah, no, I've got something I can use. Okay, that's
It'd
fine.
be nice to have video, but if you can't provide video, then audio's fine. Is that okay? And remember, you need to know, if you're worried that you don't quite understand what diatonic is, just give us an email. Hey, I want to do...
Or ask in the group and somebody else might explain.
Or ask on Facebook, is this diatonic? Is this song Under the Boardwalk? Is it diatonic?
And please, when people put it on Facebook, make constructive criticism. You know, tell people what you think.
And also, we will be giving you feedback. So get ready for that. I try to be very nice. So seriously, we'll just tell you what we liked and what needs to be improved on and stuff like that. Because if we don't do that, how are you going to grow as a musician, you know? So
we'll call it quits there unless there's more questions. Can you please thank John, who came over here to be a part of it? John will become more verbal as time goes on and it becomes more complex.
As we give him more chance to have a word in edgewise.
Yeah. So, is that it? Any questions? Yeah. Is that a goodbye? Ian, or
Just
is
a
that
very quick one. I mentioned it to John when he was on the air, but I had trouble with his sound and I wasn't sure why that would be. Because everything else comes through fine, but his ukulele playing wasn't coming through for me.
I haven't been able to figure out on my phone yet how to turn it over to the original.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
We'll look at that.
Work
now.
in progress.
It's the same problem that I had. Anne, another question from you? Anne Clark? No, you good?
No, you're
Great.
saying goodbye. Okay.
Hey, thanks everybody. Really appreciate having you here. Cherry, you good? Everybody's good? Or do you need to ask a question? Great, okay.
No.
Great. And so now, when you're in our Eukestras, you are allowed to noodle the hell out of it and annoy everybody around you.
Thank you, Rob, for your glasses, whatever they are. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
beautiful.
Oh,
Oh, God, it's got one of those.
so, yes. All right, we've had that before. All right, we'll get off while Rob's being an idiot.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Bye.